audience with the Blacksmith Association, and we can clear this tax dispute up in no time. 2 or 3 days of negotiations should settle it. Now, on to much more important matters. The hiring of a new head gardener. As you know, the rose bushes this year have suffered some minor discomfort due to the inclement weather and less than salubrious soil management. I have arranged an interview process that should take no more than 8 weeks, starting tomorrow morning. It should make for a very... But lest we forget matters of state, we really ought to begin a more considered census of the population. Estimates of the number of citizens vary widely. I suggest each one comes to the throne room and has a little...
Is it too late for an audience, my queen?
Who are you?
I come from far away to fulfill my destiny. To get revenge for everything you've done. How many innocent people have you sent to the king?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your lies won't save you now! I've spent years in a cell, thinking about this moment. Did you think you're safe here, your majesty? Did you think your guards could protect you? I know all about guards. They couldn't keep me in the keep, and they couldn't keep me out of your castle. This is the end of the kingdom. Albion will be free. It's time for the people to rule themselves. I am well trained in the art of murder. I've never killed a queen before. I am the instrument of change. I am the voice of revolution. The world doesn't need the crown. It doesn't need the throne. You're a relic, your majesty. Nobody will mourn your passing. Nobody ever mourns a tyrant. I came to the throne, but I represent legions. You will never defeat us all. You may be a hero, but that doesn't make you a god. It doesn't give you the right to rule a country. I wish General Turner were here to see you die. Such a pity you'll never meet him. We will return Albion to a more pure state. This castle will burn to the ground. Your family invented the monarchy, but it has no place in our land. Everyone imprisoned by the kings and queens of Albion will be set free. I'm willing to die for what I believe in. Are you? You think you're safe now? I'm just the first of many. We will kill you in the end.
My queen! An enemy ship is approaching.
There are soldiers on board! Who are they?
Get ready!
They're almost here!
Hold steady!
They look like elite soldiers. What the hell is going on?
I dunno, but they're as good as dead.
We are at your service, Your Majesty.
Who are you?
I'm Commander Milton. We came in pursuit of the man who attempted to take your life. I knew he would not succeed, but his escape dishonors us all the same.
The man spoke of a place called the Keep. Is that where you've come from?
Yes. Ravenscar Keep. It's a prison far from this coast, and we're the soldiers sworn to guard it.
Another of my brother's secrets.
If you'll come with us, Your Majesty, I'll show you. The Keep is where Albion's worst criminals are held. The most dangerous enemies of the Crown. It's time our new queen saw it for herself. Albion's secret prison. Your father made use of it. Your brother Logan made use of it. Now, it is yours. I had my men prepare for your visit, so the cells should be ready for inspection.
Is it safe? Recent events have made me somewhat wary of convicts.
There are plenty of harmless political prisoners imprisoned by Logan, but over the years we have accumulated some rather dangerous individuals. And there's none more dangerous than General Turner. He led your brother's armies for years, until he became obsessed with ending his rule, with abolishing the crown altogether.
Oh my, yes. General Turner. He attempted a coup on your brother and declared he would bring about the end of the monarchy in Albion. Unfortunately, this was before Logan saw fit to execute all traitors.
I believe the assassin you killed was acting under his orders. We will conduct a full investigation into how... Something's wrong.
I knew it! This place is a death trap! I'm going to be torn apart by angry criminals!
This way, Your Majesty.
I'll stay here and make sure nobody sinks the boat!
Lieutenant, what the hell happened?
Nobody quite knows, sir. Some of the prisoners in Block A broke free. They started a riot, got hold of weapons and killed some of our men. We can't break through.
We won't be able to get through the entrance. There's a reason we call this place the Keep. Fortunately, I know this place better than any prisoner. Are you willing to get your hands dirty, Queen? Or perhaps you would prefer to wait here?
I may have become a politician, Commander, but I was born to fight. Lead the way.
With pleasure. The old sewer system leads into the lower levels. It's as secure as any other part of the Keep, but I can get us through. I wouldn't be surprised if General Turner was behind this. I've been the warden of this place for 7 years, and we've never had a prisoner like him. He seems to exert some strange control over people. But you can judge for yourself soon. It's impossible to get past this gate without the key, and I have the only copy, as this poor bastard found out too late. I should warn you, we'll be coming out into the prison's lowest level. We call it the Pit. The inmates down here are so disturbed they're barely human. Welcome to the Pit, Your Majesty. The most miserable place in Albion. Try to stay away from the cell doors. They sound agitated enough already. I closed this room down when I took over. The doctors who used it called it an electrical rehabilitation facility. The rest of us called it the torture chamber. Most of the men you hear screaming sat in those chairs every day. If they weren't insane when they came in, well, let's just say I'd rather die than be strapped to one of those things. We should be right under the rioters now. Here they come.
Just stop all that showy nonsense and give up! Hi, Nick! What the hell was
Don't
that?
hold back, Your Majesty.
Pretty
These men are
freaky
vicious
from over
killers.
here.
We need to regain control of the prison before this turns into a real bloodbath. These were good men, some of them little more than boys. This was never meant to happen.
That didn't look too bad. Set me on fire! I want to see some blood! Just a thought. Why don't you try avoiding her attack? Come on! We can do this! Yeah, take it! A well-named goal. Hey, why block? Someone like you's better off dead than alive. Go on then, use fire if you can't fight fair.
Yikes. Sure wish me vest were a bit more bulletproof.
Do that over and over.
I knew it. This isn't a random fire. It's too organized. Turner did this. He sent the assassin after you not to kill you, but to draw me and my best soldiers away. Come on. If he's behind this, we need to find him before it's too late. They've broken into the armory. This is going to get interesting. Watch your back, Your Majesty. We're not exactly the most popular people among convicts, are we? I never should have left the island. Never underestimate a desperate criminal. General Turner is behind this. It won't be easy to recapture him. Whatever happens, we can't let him leave the island.
That is.
It sounds like some of the guards are still fighting in there. They're going to need our help. If you don't mind, Your Majesty, I think I'll join my men. And blow it! As are still behind bars. Imagine what will happen if they're close.
Come on, mate. You're making us look bad.
Nothing hardens a bandit like being locked up for a few years. Gotcha!
That's it! Keep pounding away until they go down.
There hasn't been a recorded riot in the keep for 2
Don't
decades.
mate! Don't just...
After all this time being nothing but a warden, it's good to feel like a soldier again. I used to complain nothing ever happened on this island. This isn't quite what I had in mind.
Well struck! Now
Turner must have a bigger plan than just letting some prisoners out. Not knowing what it is what worries me the most.
That looks bad!
The cells of the maximum security ward must have been opened, including General Turner's. Come on, we have to get there before he can make a break for it. This ends now. None of you will escape alive.
they are.
Just a few more, Your Majesty.
That's just a peace war. The rest will surrender.
Keep is ours. Where are the prisoners?
They're gone, sir. The cells were empty when we were taken hostage.
I should have known. Damn it, I should have known. Round up the last of the rioters and lock them up.
Yes, sir.
Missing? We have to get out of here. We'll be butchered.
You may rest at ease, Mr. Hobson. I don't believe they're anywhere on the island. The riot was a diversion, orchestrated by Turner. As long as he's at large, Albion is under threat, Your Majesty. But he isn't the only one we need to worry about. We will need to recapture all the escapees if we want to safeguard the kingdom.
Who are the others?
Professor Faraday was a celebrated inventor, and the brains behind most of our industrial progress. Until he turned on your brother. He's a mild-mannered man, but his creations could bring about the end of civilization. Mary Godwin, also known as Witchcraft Mary, was a highly skilled alchemist, though that knowledge rests in a very disturbed mind. She was convicted of witchery after they discovered her rather horrific experiments. I dread to think what she may do next. And I've already told you about General Turner, the most dangerous of them all. He must have been planning this breakout for months.
Where do we begin?
The records room holds all the information we have on our prisoners. My men can study the files for Witchcraft Mary and Turner. I'm confident I know where I can find Faraday. There's only one place he could call his home. One place he could believe himself safe. I propose we sail there as soon as possible.
I magnanimously offer my services in this investigation. This study seems like a nice, safe place from which to serve the kingdom.
Very good, then. Your Majesty, I shall meet you at the pier when you're ready to hunt down Faraday.
There seem to be several entries on this Mary Godwin, or...
Oh, bollocks. I've made errors in the count before, but never had this many men missing. No other explanation. They've scarpered. Your Majesty, I'm sorry to inform you that a number of prisoners are unaccounted for. And these aren't blokes your brother locked up for waving signs at a protest. They're real criminals, killers, and clever. Working out a way off this island as we speak, you can be sure. Me and my guards have enough on our hands keeping this place together. No way I can send men off to comb the island for these escapees. Oh, bollocks. I've made errors in the count before, but never had this many men missing. No other explanation. They've scarpered. Your Majesty, I'm sorry to inform you that a number of prisoners are unaccounted for. And these aren't blokes your brother locked up for waving signs at a protest. They're real criminals, killers, and clever. Working out a way off this island as we speak, you can be sure. Oh, bollocks. I've made errors in the count before, but never had this many men missing. No other explanation. They've scarpered.
Faraday had a remote factory he opened up to the public before things turned sour. It's where he did all his work, and he's never stopped talking about it. I'm certain we'll find him there. But if what they say about his inventions is true, it won't be easy to capture him. Shall we go, Your Majesty? Clockwork Island. It was quite a popular tourist attraction some years ago. Faraday's inventions have changed the world, but all he really wanted was to make people happy.
Why was he locked up?
Nobody really knows. Your brother said he was a danger to mankind. As for Faraday himself, all he would ever say is that he'd rather die than betray his creations. Are you...
Ah, hello.
Used to queue up for hours when I was a child in Bowerstone, just to get a glimpse of his contraptions. I still remember the slogan, Faraday Industries, where faraway dreams become reality. Well, those dreams certainly look far away now.
Welcome, visitors, to Clockwork Island. I am Huxley, and I will be your guide. Please refrain from using obscene language in front of the children. Now, if you will follow me, we will begin the tour. Keep your belongings with you at all times, and try not to stray from the group.
I suppose we should do what he says.
We begin with what is yet to come. Astonish your senses, give flight to your fancy, by stepping into the street of the future.
I'm starting to wish I'd paid this place a visit while it was still open.
Before you is an everyday Bowerstone suburb, as it will be 15 years from now. Yes, the future is in our grasp. Please walk among the citizens of tomorrow, share in their joy, marvel at their superior well-being. In the world of tomorrow, there is no conflict, no jealousy, no selfishness. Thanks to science, people are finally happy. Witness the idyllic lives of these model citizens. Marvel at the perfect lives they lead. Would you not want to raise a family here? Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is the future that Faraday Industries can bring to Albion. Peace and contentment for all.
I know who you are, and I know why you're here. You will never get what you want. Never.
It's Faraday.
I'm ready for you, Your Majesty. I am most ready. And if it is violence you seek, then violence you shall have.
This is a security announcement to all our guests here today. Please take cover. The management accepts no responsibility for any mutilations, fatalities, or slight grazes. And now, presenting the latest in armed defense mechanisms, a round of applause for the Colin Mark II. As neighbors, we share a bond that can only be broken by murder or an unfortunate accident. I believe we have much in common and could become steadfast friends.
No wonder tourists stopped coming here. Faraday is just stalling us. We have to find him. I think I'd rather fight prisoners.
In the future, there are no kings and queens or rulers of any kind, and everyone is in a state of permanent bliss.
Looks like the street of the future isn't that different to the street of the present.
I always wanted to live in a place where children could roam freely and safely. The sun always shines in the world of tomorrow.
Looks like the street of the future is going to be a dangerous place to live. I'm starting to see why your brother locked Faraday up. Come on, let's find him, shall we? I think there might be a way through here. How come this isn't part of the tour? Welcome to the graveyard of the future. There's some... You might have... some sort of canal down there. Ready when you are, Your Majesty.
The park has been open for a whole month now, and I can say without reservations that it is an extraordinary success. The public adores my creations, and as I predicted, the Street of the Future is proving to be my greatest draw.
I think we can safely say this isn't part of the tour.
See the maiden voyage of the improved monorail. I think this design...
What are those? Insects?
I have instructed my cleaning and repair crew to clear the canal of detritus. Now go away!
Careful, Your Majesty. They're far more dangerous than real beetles. Faraday's built himself quite a fortress, hasn't he? Can you imagine what would happen if these I don't care. We're getting close. Faraday must be in that factory up ahead.
Why can't you leave me alone? I will never do as you ask. Do you hear me? Never!
What's he talking about?
I'm not sure. Maybe he's finally lost what little reason he had left.
Rulers may believe they can impose their will on whomever they so wish. But I was born to make dreams come alive, not to create death.
You are so clever and so happy. We could do this forever and ever.
Must I turn more of my creations into monstrosities? Leave us in peace!
I have a feeling these dogs aren't here to play catch with us. Bombs. Why am I not surprised? You need to kill them from a distance. Don't let them get too close to you. Faraday must be really desperate if he's willing to destroy his creations to stop us. I was always more of a cat person myself. You need to kill them from a distance. Another dead end. There must be some way through.
Look how you corrupted my life's work. Haven't you seen enough?
All those years Faraday was battling it.
You are an insignificant mote of dust, and I am a better duster.
I've fought a lot of...
That is it. You can only push a civilized person so far.
They're relentless. I think there's a way through the roof. Come on.
Incredible news. I have received word that King Logan himself is planning to visit the island. He wishes to speak with me in person. No doubt to congratulate me on all the advances I have made, and on transforming Bowerstone slums into a happy and productive place. I shall have to record a special welcome message for Huxley.
You've taken my work. You've taken years of my life. But you cannot take my soul. No, that is already been throughout the I will patiently have I built
action allowed to be harmed a human being. Except bow down before me, you obnoxious sack of fluid.
If this technology ever gets out, it's the end of the army. Who would need a real soldier? Who'd want to be one? All those years Faraday was battling in his cell. I had no idea this is what it was all about.
Cease your breathing at once. We will never serve you. Faraday is our only master. He is also the world's greatest lover. I find your presence highly objectionable. It is time we separated your head from your shoulders. Do not be alarmed.
Think of what your brother would have done if he'd had an army of automatons at his command. Let's hope that's the last of them. This is it, the last factory. He has to be here somewhere. What if it was all just recorded messages? He's been playing with us.
Is this the perfect soldier you wanted, Your Majesty? Well, you shall never have it. I designed this suit to be the most powerful weapon that has ever existed. Allow me to demonstrate. I'm not alone on this island. Why won't you leave an old man alone? Leave me alone!
Ah, hello. The armory is at your disposal. Care to equip a different weapon? That combination is bound to get their attention.
In the future, punishment is meted out swiftly and painfully.
Well then, I'm ready. Your brother destroyed everything I cared for. You may as well kill me.
We should take him back to the keep. We can take care of his wounds there. He's just a poor old man. Let's take him back, patch him up.
Nobody betrays the crown and gets away with it.
I'll have my men clear out this cell. Faraday won't be needing it anymore. I'll check on Hobson's progress in finding our other missing prisoners. I'll see you in the records room when you're ready.
Ah, my queen, I have eagerly awaited your return. I have made an extraordinary discovery.
Just tell her what my men found out, Hobson.
Why, it was a wholly collaborative effort. Without my supervision, who knows when...
Just tell me.
Of course, indeed. As you know, the second prisoner is the alchemist and alleged witch, Mary Godwin. A rather foul and malevolent woman, by all accounts. We have uncovered files on experiments so grotesque, I don't mind admitting I lost part of my supper while reading them.
Get to the point, Hobson.
Yes. Well, it seems that before she turned to foul necromancy, she came from a well-to-do family. We believe she may be hiding out at her grandfather's long-abandoned and rather opulent estate.
I have the coordinates. I'll wait for you at the pier. The sooner we capture this woman, the better.
And I shall continue leading the investigation into General Turner. There really seems to be so little information on the man. It's as if...
Daisy, actually, don't tell me.
Your Majesty? How are you, Your Majesty?
I believe Brian still needs some help with his gnomes. Welcome. to the sanctuary.
Oh, bollocks. I've made errors in the count before, but never had this many men missing.
I don't mind admitting I'm rather looking forward to more action. Too many years sitting at a desk.
I know exactly how you feel.
Shall we go then? The estate has been abandoned for years, but there are definite signs of life here. I think we've found Mary Godwin's hiding place all right. This place represents everything General Turner despises. Old money, aristocracy, nepotism. You may find...
Ah! Hello.
And when you meet him that you have something in common. You're both revolutionaries.
Then why does he want me dead?
You stopped being a rebel. You became queen. The Godwins had curious notions about art. No wonder Witchcraft Mary turned out the way she did. She probably grew up looking at these things. I almost feel like they're watching. The sooner we get off this island. What a surprise. They're alive. I never really believed those rumors about this estate housing the world's largest menagerie. If the Godwins were mad enough to keep Balverines, who knows what else we'll find here. There's the main house. Come on. Witchcraft Mary has to be somewhere in this demented zoo. I'd heard her experiments involved electrical currents. They make good deterrents, too. We could use something like this at the keep. Let's go. There must be a way around them. It looks more and more like Mary swapped one prison for another. Except she's in charge of this one. Another of the rumors about Witchcraft Mary. Necromancy. I never thought there was any truth to it. Someone's definitely been digging up corpses, though. But I'm guessing this has something to do with it. These are like no hollow men I've ever seen. They're much more ancient. They're trying to stay out of the light. It's true then. Mary has been playing with dark magics. What is she thinking, creating hollow men? It's against nature. It's obscene.
General Turner can't be planning to create an army out of Balverines and Hollow Men. It's just too preposterous. Someone... We're doing them a favor by killing them again. This is worse than witchcraft. Doesn't look like we're getting around these gates, but there must be some way of cutting the power to them. I think I can shut this down. It's not too different to the generator in the Keep's torture chamber. Oh, great. Get ready for some company. Keep those things away from me. These circuits are unlike anything I've seen before. She must have trained them to protect the generator. I'm working as fast as I can. These circuits are unlike anything I've seen before. She must have trained them to protect the generator. I'm working as fast as I can. These circuits are unlike anything I've seen before. She must have trained them to protect the generator. That should do the trick. The generator was quite crude. Nothing like Faraday's technology. What's remarkable is how she's managed to get Hollow Men and Balverines to fight side by side. I've never heard of such a thing happening before. If someone combined that knowledge with Faraday's machine, who knows? Such as that cave over there. It seems more like Witchcraft Mary's style anyway. Let's hope she keeps her pets out of the house. This was probably one of the best stocked cellars in Albion once. Smells like most of it turned to vinegar. It didn't stop someone from emptying these bottles, though. Do you hear that? Come on. Hobbs. I was wondering when we'd come across them. It just isn't a proper zoo without Hobbs. We should leave them sleeping. The noise might alert Godwin. We should step lightly, though I doubt any noise on Earth could wake them.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3. Each time you
Is that
kiss
dead
my
fish
gills,
talking?
it gives me fishy chills. And when you touch my scales, my little fishy heart
I'm beginning to believe
fails.
Witchcraft Mary sees these creatures not as pets, but as
Baby,
equals.
don't you treat me rough. Can't you see I'm already stuffed? And tell me that your love is earnest, or you're as
I'd
bad
rather be
as a
stuck in a cell than live in
taxidermist.
this madhouse.
One more time. Each time you kiss my gills, it gives me fishy chills. And when you touch my skin...
At least the fish has shut up. Is there nothing normal on this island? Come on, let's go before it starts singing again. Just when you think it can't get any worse. An indoor graveyard. At least there's only one wisp. We should be safe. Here's another of Mary's notebooks. She mentions General Turner in this one.
My return to the estate has brought me life again. I can finally continue
How are
the
such
work I was
creatures even
forced
possible?
to abandon. I owe my freedom to one man, a soldier who understands me like no other human has ever understood me. He has taken a great interest
We have to
in
put
my
an end to
research
this!
and has promised great changes to come. Perhaps one day we can bring purification to the whole of Albion.
What kind of monstrous creation is this? I'm not sure how many more of these encounters I can take. More Hobbs. What the hell is wrong with them? As if regular Hobbs weren't bad enough. What are all these hellish experiments for? Mary can't be... General Turner has got a lot to answer for. We wouldn't be in this mess if he hadn't won Witchcraft Mary over. Not that I'm surprised. You haven't met him, but believe me, he's the most charismatic, most persuasive man you'll ever meet. We must be getting close to her. Whatever she's been doing with these creatures, we're gonna find out soon. Better get your weapon ready. I'm noticing a pattern here. We walk in, things try to kill us. Told you. What are those vats? None of these creatures were meant to be. have to kill them all! We should burn this island to the ground. Only a sick mind could have created this nightmare. None of these creatures were meant to be. I'm not sure how much more of this place I can take. Can you hear that? It must be her. Come on.
Pure now. You cannot defeat me. I am at one with the ancient creatures of this world. You think you have the right to destroy us? We are the essence of Albion. We are stronger. We are more alive.
this form again. Please don't let me live this way. Kill me, I beg you.
She doesn't know what she's saying. We should take her back to the keep. She needs special care.
Don't worry. Everything's going to be all right.
We'll do what we can for her. When she's well enough, perhaps we can send her to a more adequate facility. She needs more help than we can give her. We still need to find General Turner. I'll meet you in the records room. Perhaps Hobson and my men have uncovered his location.
Ah, hello. The legendary Normanomicon. As a young boy, I endured extraordinary tales of its terrible powers and prayed that I would never encounter it. Incidentally, thank you for bringing it into my living quarters.
Greetings, madam.
The Queen! Or as Daddy says, the big cheese!
Glad to know kids can still find ways to amuse themselves.
Well, hello there. You're looking good. Very good. Not good enough for a free one, but good. Speaking of free ones, there's another girl around here called Lucy, who's been giving them out. To first-time customers. My customers. I told her, this street is mine. I was quite civil, but that didn't work. So now it's time to escalate. A girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. This Lucy lives in a little house in Bowerstone Market. She just